Our next guest is another Caveat regular, as well as a member of Wild 'N Out, UCB, and Second City. Again, she is a great entertainer, a great humanitarian, and apparently not the daughter of Spurs basketball legend Tim Duncan. Please welcome Sydney Duncan.
Tim Duncan, his daughter's name is Sydney, yeah, but she has a lot more inheritance coming her way. No, I still love my dad. But hey y'all, okay, so I'm Sydney Duncan. Yes, I love always, every time I'm here at Caveat, freaking love this place. And yeah, Caveat! And a lot of times when I'm here, especially the past couple years, I have been, you might have seen me in a wig. No issue if not, because I have a lot of them. But I do, right? Yeah. I do this past couple years, not recently. I was doing a lot of Kamala impressions, and I impersonated Kamala Harris, and I had my little raggedy brown wig, and I would run around town. But I always had great shows doing her here. And I'm developing my solo show called ACAP, Angry, Crazy, and Black. It's a show It's a show about how Black women conceal and hide their anger and true emotions, and how do I kind of bring people into my brain and show you how I really feel. And Kamala's in there with a slew of other impressions and characters I love doing. But something that I don't do a lot as a comedian is get extremely vulnerable on stage. Ooh, so I'm about to go there. I've never said this story on stage before. It's been my little dirty secret, so I thought to tell you guys. So I'm coming up on, at the end of this month, my 4th year comedy anniversary. And it's been a tumultuous 4 years, but I thought to tell you like a little bit about my journey impersonating Kamala, and ooh, this stand wants to tussle. A little bit about my journey with where this impression has led me and where we're going now that, you know, she's not in office. So back in 2021, this time, 4 years ago, I had a TikTok, and all I was doing was posting impressions and characters, and in the middle of a pandemic, I didn't care, and I was working at a restaurant, and I was a classical ballet dancer in a professional company, and then the pandemic hit. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, during the pandemic, I was like, what do I do now? Where do I turn to? Where do I go? And I turned to TikTok and started doing impressions and characters, and it got the attention of someone. Someone was like, oh, here's a link to audition for SNL. And I was like, that's crazy. I'm a ballet dancer stuck in a 4-walled room working at a restaurant. I've never done comedy. I've taken improv classes, but I had never performed on stage as a comedian. So then September 2021, I auditioned for SNL. They found my tape. It's all good. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. But so yeah, in 2021, no one knew. I was auditioning with people who had been doing it for 10 years, and it was day 1 for me. And I've never said that on stage, but I had, I think, probably 3 anxiety attacks in the broom closet at Asylum NYC. And I'm like, what am I doing? Oh my God! Like, all I knew was ballet. All I knew was, okay, I can perform, and I have these impressions. So it was the first time I ever did Kamala on stage. I had my first brown wig. I had like so many brown wigs by the end of it. But I did her and a whole bunch of other impressions and characters. And they're like, oh wow, she's so great, whatever. And then no call, no nothing. And I was like, okay, what do I do with my life? You know, I defeated this fear of doing my first comedy show. And I didn't know what to do, so I quit my then restaurant job, found a new one, and then started doing comedy. In 2022, every night I was like, let me do something. Let me go to a class or a mic or a show and just learn this thing called comedy. I was like, well, Kamala's still in office. Let me figure out how I can perfect it and other impressions and all these other things, and maybe they'll invite me back. Maybe someone will know what to do with me. So then in 2022, I started performing and training all over town, just like hit the ground running, and I developed even more impressions and all this stuff, and I had like 30 impressions, and they invited me back, and I auditioned again, and I was like, okay, Sydney, this is your chance to get health insurance. And we're still working on it, but it's more so, I came back, and I was like, okay, let's do this, Sydney, like, put everything in. This is your one shot, the only shot you're ever gonna get. And once again, the audition went very well. They really liked me, but he wanted his boys that year. And it's all good. You guys are lovely human beings, truly. But so then I go, what do I do? Where do I turn to? What do I do? I felt like I had failed this thing that maybe I could have been right for, but really it's a whole system that maybe I didn't get the right direction to be prepared for that. Also, I'm 1 year in, so I was like, okay, Sid. What if they invite you back again? But all that preparation led to 2023, so now I'm like a year and change in, maybe 2 years at that point. And all this preparation led me to Atlanta, where I was auditioning for Wild 'N Out. And I never thought I would be there. And all that preparation from, NBC and all of that was like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to show this Kamala Wig in every room. So here I am in Atlanta, and I am in front of Nick Cannon, rapping as Kamala. And then, I get on that show and I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I have no idea. 2 years ago, I was stuck in a room, depressed as shit. Now here I'm in Atlanta and still not knowing what to do with this wig and what to do. But I was like, okay, I got this credit. What do I do now? What do I do? So then in 2023, I come back and they're like, no, we don't wish to see her. We've already seen her. We don't wish to see her again. And I was so defeated. I was like, where do I go? Where do I turn to? I've been perfecting. I got every credit you need. Every white boy in town doesn't have the credits I have. But it still wasn't enough. And then in 2024, the election hit. And I was like, oh, Sid, this is your year. This is your year. I was like, no, it's not. They already wished me away. But, during the election, I was like, okay, let me just hit the ground running, yeah? And people were asking me to do it, Fallon, it got cut about 10 times, but I was doing Kamala with Jimmy Fallon all up until the election. And, they didn't ask me back again. But I was so angry during the election, even though the country is also way angry. I didn't feel I had the right to be angry because we're losing a candidate that could have saved abortion rights, and here I am being like, God damn it, I've been working on this for 3 years! Like, I don't have the right to be angry, but during the election, they paid millions of dollars to bring Maya Rudolph in, who's so amazing and so great, and but they also didn't hire a new young black character actor, which they haven't in 10 years. And I was so angry. I was like, what are you talking about? I got, all these main stages in 3 years. I've done so much in 3 years, like UCB and Second City and writing for Adam McKay and Wild 'N Out and Asylum, and I've done all these things and I put all these things on her resume and it still wasn't enough. But even Kamala wasn't even enough for the country, And I just was so angry about so many other things that had happened in my life, and I was just like, wow, I have to let go of this raggedy wig. I have to let go of this impression that's led me to this stage in my journey. But now we have to go be the comedian that I'm actually supposed to be, that's not tethered to this one opportunity. There's so many out there. But I was lost. I did feel like, I was like, well, where do I go? Where do I turn to? So I thought to write this song, or a parody of a song. Dionne Warwick's writing partner wrote this song. But I wrote this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde version of one of my favorite songs, Who Can I Turn To? So I thought to sing this little melody for you guys now. Let's sing it out different ways. We just gotta keep going, It's all good. There's so many beautiful things we can do. Okay, alrighty, whenever you're ready. Bitch, we gotta do karaoke. Woo! Okay, I love this video because it's just a guy in a room with a fan. Do y'all see this? Oh, no, that's okay. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after.
You know, maybe I'll start knitting.
I'll throw on my sorrow, beg, steal, borrow my share of laughter.
Or cackle. You know, American people, I think you would have wanted to cackle at me for 4 years.
Oh, excuse me. With you on a new day, but who can I turn to if you turn away?
You know, American people, if you can't find something to do with me, I'll find something to do with myself. Maybe I'll learn how to cook.
With